surviving 4th-stage cancer. Okay, I just thought I'd give you a Monday update. Last night was one of the best nights of sleeping. I'm going to raise my camera. Sorry about that. It's like the old times, I guess. Okay, probably didn't do anything different. But like I say, I had a very good night's sleep. And besides that, it's the first time in weeks I've been able to sleep on both sides. And that is nice. When you're stuck and you can't turn over, well, I could lay on my back and my left side, but I couldn't lay on my right side. Last night I laid on my right side and went to sleep. But as usual, and I found out the reason for this, if I have a good night's sleep, it takes me forever in the morning to feel really good. And it has to do with my blood pressure. I have the home health nurse. They've been coming out, or she has, and they take my vitals. And I thought, okay, I'll take my vitals when they're not here. And I've discovered about my blood pressure. If my blood pressure, the systolic number, the low number, gets too low, I can't hardly function. And for me, that's down in the 50s. So this morning, almost till noon, it was down in the 50s. Well, then a little before noon, it came a decent number on the low number, but my high number then was still down too low for me. And then by 12 o'clock, I got a good reading on both numbers for me, and I was able to get up and feel good, and here I am. And one of the things I've been doing as I have a lot more time to do nothing but to rest is I've been reading, and I've been rereading books I already have. And this is called The Green Pharmacy, A Guide to Healing Food by James A. Duke, PhD. Okay, and it's really quite good, and he gives what he calls his, what does he call them? Duke's Dozen, my 12 greatest disease-fighting foods. And so I want to share some of those with you. And number one was beans. And beans get a lot of press for being low in fat and high in protein. But a lesser known fact of the benefits of beans is their high level of isoflavonoids, compounds that are similar in structure to estrogen produced by your body, which is why they are called phytoestrogens. These isoflavonoids may ease the symptoms of menopause, prevent some cancers, reduce your risk of heart disease, and improve your bones. Ah, wow. You know, that's evidently I skipped that because I didn't know that beans would be good for my bones. And that's another thing I want to tell you. The reason I can sleep on my right side is because I can touch my ribs now and they don't hurt. Last week, I just barely touched my chest and hurt. And this week, it isn't. So thank you for your prayers. It's really quite nice to have that painless, where if I get touched, it hurts. Okay, anyway, make the most of beans. And put them in salads, soups, stews, any kind of dishes, but we need to eat more beans. And I need to eat more beans. Hey, Tom, want to sing your musical song?
You mean beans, the musical fruit? That
Yeah,
one?
yeah, that one.
The
Turn
more-
around so it really gets good.
Okay, I'll start all over again.
Okay,
Beans, the musical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. So let's eat beans for every meal.
okay. We need to do that. Okay, it says on a note, because you might toot, even ginger will help stop some of that. So, but if you eat enough beans, usually your system works up and you don't have that trouble. I was listening to a health expert and he was talking about eating beans, and it said, are he starting to eat beans? He hadn't before, but he realized they were a good food, and so he started, and he said it was 3 years before it was safe to walk behind him. But somehow I think we've eaten enough beans that that's not one of the things that plague us. But I want to go on to a second food, and that's what I'm going to show you is in here, and it's actually what I want to show you in here. I've got peppers, but that's not the second food. It's,
Soaking the beans probably helps, don't you think?
oh yeah, soaking, you gotta soak the beans. That's one of the musts. Okay, and you throw off the water. Okay, then in here, I have some diluted apple cider vinegar, and I've got onions and garlics, and that's what he said. But these also are a superfood, and they're on his list too. So actually I've got 3 superfoods in there. And he said garlic tops my list of healers. And okay, when it comes to the heart, you can thank garlic's many sulfur compounds, and including some I can't say. Okay, which prevent clotting and allow for smooth blood flow. And of course, garlic also contains over a dozen immunity boosting compounds that can fight off colds, other infections, even more efficiently than the popular herbs like echinacea and so forth. Recent research also has shown that several compounds in garlic can prevent cellular changes within the body that lead to cancer. Wow. And then it talks about onions, how good they are. And I thought to do this because my mother, almost every day of her life that I can remember as a child growing up, and even as long as she lived, she made herself some honey, not honey, some diluted vinegar water. She put her peppers in it, her onions. She didn't eat garlic, but she had onions. And there wasn't a meal that my mother didn't eat some onions fixed that way. My mother was an onion lover, and she had it down to a science. She knew which ones to buy and how they should feel and how they should look. I wish I'd paid more attention to her. Anyway, I'll read you about peppers. Peppers are Caspian, includes a wide range of interesting fruits, from the spiciest hot peppers to the sweetest bells. And although these plants are related, they have very different healing properties. Chili peppers may help with weight loss, stomach protection, cold treatment, arthritis, pain prevention. Sweet peppers are antioxidant superstars. They can help ward off heart disease and cancer. Wow, I've eaten a lot of those. But maybe I just don't eat enough of them. I don't know, but I'm going to start. Okay.